Hi there, and welcome to Celeb Hut. So incidentally, there's a ton of obscure exercises happening with Wendy Williams that we are quite recently getting presented to. However, this ongoing circumstance with Ray J must be quite possibly one of the most stunning unforeseen things we've heard so far, as indicated by Wendy's ex Kevin Hunter. Ray J supposedly had something to do with Wendy's new circumstances and well-being concerns, and he guaranteed that Ray supposedly furnished her with substances in spite of realizing that she has been battling with dependence issues for quite a while. Kevin has a ton to say regarding Ray J's occult relationship with Wendy. What's more, he let it all out, so we should separate it as far as possible. Kevin has had a great deal to say regarding Ray J. And Wendy, yet Stunna, the young lady, was the primary individual to make these cases. She and Ray J have been on the outs for a hot moment at this point, and she's been hauling Ray J and blaming him for supposedly being a drag towards ladies that he's been working with, saying you pay for 304s the entire day, but won't pay your group. You're an expert. John, you were gas and souk saying you had her ANDA after you got a portion of the feline honeybees can't be in your organization unless they personally satisfy you. You're the greatest of them. This claim was extremely extraordinary and bizarre. However, Ray J has kept quiet with regards to this issue. I'm not saying that he made it happen or that he didn't do it yet. Hollywood has a lot of tales about men requesting favors for jobs or positions. The show has been happening for a long time, yet it's possibly deteriorated since Stunna dropped a sensation blaming Ray for demolishing Wendy's substance battles. Wendy's fight with substances is very notable, and as per Stunna Ray J, it had an impact on compounding the situation for Wendy. Rather than continually being stressed over me, Ray J necessities to center around how he treated Wendy Williams. She hasn't been something very similar since you took her on that gorge pack. This news started a ton of discussion, particularly considering Wendy's well-being battles and the new updates that we've heard in February. Her group reported that she had been determined to have dementia. They said in 2023, in the wake of going through a battery of clinical trials, Wendy was formally determined to have essential moderate aphasia and front-facing worldly dementia (FTD). Her side effects, which joined influence her language and correspondence conduct and mental capabilities, have as of now introduced critical obstacles in Wendy's day-to-day existence. All this news was a genuine tragedy, but not completely shocking given every one of the murders from insiders and the lead-up to the authority declaration, and we should confront it. Wendy's been doing combating enslavement for what feels like everlastingly, so I surmise we shouldn't have been totally shocked. However, for quite a while, fans used to brutally pass judgment on her, giving her trouble and calling her a wide range of names for not kicking the habit this way. Unreasonable in light of the fact that everyone realizes that addictions are precisely difficult to beat. However, at that point it got much more dreadful when we figured out that individuals in her inward circle were exacerbating things for her, since they were basically driving beverages into her hands and taking advantage of her battles. As long as she continued to bring in cash for them, they continued to supply her with drinks. One of the main spills of the tea was DJ Boof, who used to turn the wheels. On Wendy Williams' show back in 2020, DJ Boof left the show abruptly and without a clarification, leaving fans scratching their heads considering what happened now. For those of you not in the know, the DJ stall was Wendy's long-term DJ. So this unexpected exit had individuals working dismisses out. He strolled on the grounds that he was unable to stand watching makers and supervisors sit back while Wendy went through every last bit of it without lifting any of their fingers to help. A fan commented on Instagram and said, "Wendy, you want to stop your show and truly get help. Your camp is simply watching you wind up as opposed to assisting you with disgracing on them." One more fan commented on this and said she didn't pay attention to them, most likely why DJ Boof left the show. DJ Boof himself answered to this fan and said, "That's right, precisely, and it would all come out. You all have no idea what's truly happening, and everybody there is hesitant to shout out in light of the fact that they would rather not lose their positions. This will play out terrible. I feel frustrated about the laborers and have a favorite day." So we talked about how Wendy's internal circle really energized her dependents, since they calculated that it's more straightforward to control somebody when they're not entirely there. Intellectually, Wendy attempted recovery and indeed even did a spell in an asylum. Yet tragically, she continued falling once more into exactly the same thing each time. However, presently, with Stunna spilling this new tea, fans are humming about whether Ray J could have been one of those supposed empowering agents just to get you up. Wendy and Ray J have been tight for quite a long time. They were so close on occasion that murmurs began happening about them being something beyond companions, and perhaps indeed even a mystery sentiment, yet both Wendy and Rage have consistently demanded that they're simply great buddies, and that's it. However, it is interesting, isn't it? Rages has been seen frequently with Wendy during her hardest times, and there are various pictures of them together. Wendy sometimes looks a little scattered when she's with them, but let me get straight to the point. I'm not saying the allegations regarding Ray J getting Wendy snared on substances are 100% genuine. I'm simply passing on the buzz and hypotheses. However, fans have likewise seen a peculiar and truly weird example. Ray J appears to have a propensity for being around female celebrities while they're battling with substance issues. Take Whitney Houston, for instance, a flat-out legend. However, she confronted her own fights, particularly towards the end. Hello, everyone makes mistakes. Yet you need to realize who was thinking correctly close by through everything toward the end. That's right, you got it. Ray J, yet very much like Wendy J and Whitney, had a tight bond that had everyone estimating that they were more than companions, some in any event, calling him her friend with benefits. Currently, Ray J got over those bits of hearsay, demanding that they were simply buddies. Just before Whitney unfortunately died from an OD, they were seen together, leaving everybody speculating about the genuine story between them. Ray J was one of the last individuals to see Whitney alive, and I could go on and on all day about how Whitney's post-mortem examination was filled with irregularities, proposing more outside injury than at first report revealed. She had shallow scraped areas on her temple and nose alongside cuts on it. Her left arm, hand, and shoulder. Also, the pathologist SWX brought up that the water in the tub where she passed on was close to bubbling, making it basically unthinkable for her to easily have been in it. Also, that is the thing made the last dissection not seem okay by any means. It's absolutely impossible that she would have sat in that bubbling water. He said, I feel that this woman fell into the water. She was oblivious at the point when she fell into the tub. I don't completely accept that the passing was expected to suffocating. Then there's this very upsetting report from a confidential specialist that uncovered that Whitney had some safeguard wounds on her body. Panther Wright has additionally supported this up, demanding that Whitney didn't pass on in a bath. Like we were informed she was music beat. They saw her body. She didn't simply bite the dust in a tub like she was beat up. So obviously fans are contemplating whether Ray J purportedly had something to do with Whitney, and presently, taking into account Wendy's mental state, fans are contemplating whether he has something to do with everything going on. Obviously, Kevin Tracker has a ton to say, and he sort of affirmed the charges that Ray J purportedly has something to do with Wendy's circumstance. Now, there is a ton that we can say regarding Mr. Kevin Tracker, yet there's one thing that nobody can deny, that Kevin was there with Wendy all along, and he knows all that happened. Now, Kevin could not precisely be the best individual to talk about this due to his circumstances with Wendy. He has been attempting to get his hands about this due to his circumstances with Wendy. He has been attempting to get his hands on Wendy, well, in some measure on her cash, briefly saying stuff like Wendy was in recovery, and these individuals recently quit keeping my cash called turkey. These individuals have attempted to starve me out toward the day's end. I brought in that cash and I'm not allowing them to take it. I realize she isn't in a decent spot, and she is encircled by individuals who are exploiting her condition, including the so-called guardianship he likewise attempted to take. Key Wendy's cash when he called her out for not paying him provision, saying I have fallen behind on the majority of my bills. I'm behind on charge card installments since I have no cash since the severance installments were suspended. My life has been enormously impacted since the offended party quit making installments under our settlement. Understanding the way that I unfit to support my life and cover my bills altogether is very dire to me. I can't take care of my bills and support my everyday love. Iving so with this, Kevin might not precisely be the individual we need to converse with about this yet. Like I said, he's been with Wendy all along, and as per him, Ray J supposedly fills in as Wendy's controller, and he's purportedly the explanation that Wendy continues onward all through recovery. Supposedly every opportunity Wendy tells the truth and prepared to have another existence, Ray J purportedly comes around with new medications to lead her down a war zone again. As per Kevin, the influential individuals in the business are continuously attempting to hold Wendy. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.